What's up, guys? You're very welcome to Saturday night's Late Night Agenda. I'm your host Craig. This is the Anfield Agenda YouTube channel, and the Late Night Agenda is your show. How are we? I hope we're all keeping well tonight. I see Luca's in, Scotty is in, Nathan, Christopher, is it ASMR Flash? Jack is in as well, and football fan Brian. How are we? Lots of people in already. Brilliant. Love to see it. I've got a really packed show tonight, guys. I've lots of stuff to go through. I'm sure a lot of you probably seen the little transfer video from earlier on as well. Timo Werner. Look, I see the names popping up already, guys. How are you? I'm on time for once. This is probably the first time in the history of this channel that I've actually been on time for a show. I'm over the moon with it. How do you like the new layout, by the way? We messed around with it a little bit, changed it up again. Always trying to be a little bit more creative and, fuck things around a little bit and just shake it up. Because it can get a bit boring looking at the same stuff time after time, especially when you've got to look at this bald head. How the hell are we, guys? How are we? Cereal Box Entertainment, what's the crack? Hi Craig, hope you had a good day. I had a great day, thank you mate. 7,000 tonight, I hope so. I'm not going to lie, I really fucking want us to do it tonight. What are we at there? With 29 subscribers to go. Surely we can do that tonight. I think we can. I think we will. You guys may not have seen earlier on, if you're on Twitter you probably did, and I mentioned it last night. The channel has now passed 1 million views of our content, which is unbelievable. Just to think that 1 million times people have logged on here to watch stuff it's unbelievable. I can't believe it. I cannot get my head around it. It's one thing looking at the minutes, and I think we've had nearly 6.5 million minutes or something of watch time, and that's sound, but to know that there's been 1,000 views of the content is amazing. So thank you so much to everyone who's subscribed. Thank you so much to everybody who's joined us on here. It means the world to us. If you're watching for the first time, guys, welcome. I hope you enjoyed tonight's stream. We've a lot to get through. It's going to be fun. It's going to be, as always, we've a laugh here along the way. Anybody got anything they want to start us out with? And I'm going to finish up tonight's stream as well, guys, with a Q&A. So if you have anything later on that you ever wanted to ask me or ask Connor, just put it in the chat. I'll answer it. I think Connor is watching, so he should be able to answer it as well. So just let us know. Right, guys, let's start off tonight with the news that the Mirror in England, are reporting that Liverpool are closing in on the signing of £27 million Trabzonspor wonder kid Abdul Kadir Amor, who we spoke about a couple of days ago on the stream as well. Now look, I'm not going to lie, I don't know too much on this kid other than the little bits and pieces that I've seen in the media. I've watched a few videos on YouTube as well. I was contacted earlier on by somebody who supports both Liverpool and Galatasaray, and he said that he's seen this kid play and he's very, very, very good. I think he liked him to Adam Lallana, but better. So look, 27 million, I don't know what you guys think. I don't know if you've heard any more on it. It's a lot of money for somebody who most of us simpletons, us normal people, have never heard of. But if the player is as good as the word wonder kid suggests, then 27 million could be an absolute snip. But again, none of us know if this is 100% legit or not. On average, 100,000 people watch you a month, said Tom Flynn. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? 10 months old, the channel. We're just into our 10th month now, actually. It's crazy. I'm blown away, so thank you so much. And guys, tonight, we want tonight to be the stream that we hit 7,000 subscribers. So if you are watching, please do hit that subscribe button. Drop a like on the stream as well. We want to celebrate tonight by hitting that 7,000. It's something we've been working towards for a while, so please help us out tonight and get that number. Right, what have we got? Let's get straight down to your comments. Never heard of him, Craig, said David Carroll. Every time I have to say his name, I absolutely shit myself that I'm going to mess it up. Abdul Kadir Amor. There you go. That's my best attempt at his name. I've watched a few videos and the guy seems quite talented. He's really good at dribbling and seems to play a bit like Messi, said O-Dog. However, I don't mind as long as he can make an impact, said Nathan. Ask anything what are next week's lottery numbers. That's later on, Gabriel. That's later on, mate. We'll finish the stream with that. Hope you send the Runners 23s had to play Wolves. The whole first team on a break. Eyes on Brighton, said Ant. We'll get to that as well a little bit later on. I just want to have a quick chat about this kid, this Abdul Kadir Amor guy. See if anybody knows anything else on him. He's been linked with a lot of clubs. Seen Manchester City's name linked with him, Chelsea's name, a couple of European clubs as well. I can't remember offhand who they are. Let me see. He's a new name for me too, said Brian Morrissey. He seems like one for the future, said Mickey Friars. I don't know, mate, 27 million quid. Excuse me, it's not really one for the future. 27 million quid's a lot of dosh. Who'd be in your starting 11 for the Wolves game, said Tom. I've done that out, Tom. I will go through the starting 11 later on. Myself and Connor sat down before the stream and tried to come up with one. So we've came up with an alternative starting 11, and we'll go through that a little bit later on. Recession Eyes said Abdul plays like Saidi, only more aggressively. Thank you very much. Abdul, can we call him that? Abdul, can we give him something short or what have we got? Abdul, we'll call him Abdul, just to make it easier on us. Just call him Lovey, said Larry Leach. Larry, you scared the shit out of me yesterday. Seeing myself on your 55-inch television, mate, it wasn't pretty. I mean, even me, and I'm me. So I can only imagine what it must look like for you guys watching it there. My bald head in 55 inches. It's God bless you, is all I'm saying. 8 million quid, we have Solanke money, said Red. 8 million quid, we have Solanke. Oh, yes, sorry, I get what you meant. 8 million on top of that. And Solanke's deal, Red 345, mate. That looks like it could go up to 23, 24 million with add-ons. That's how much young players cost now, said Mickey Friars. Craig, watch videos of him and he loves the El Nutmeg, said Tom. Don't we all love an El Nutmeg, Tom? Oh, I'm a fan of a nutmeg, I have to say. Calling him like Asaidi is surely offensive, said Football Fan. When he came in, I mean, that was one of the strangest transfers I can remember during my time supporting Liverpool. Asaidi just came out of absolutely nowhere. Origi is in. Hello, sir. How are you? Great to have you in. Abdul plays a lot like Shaqiri, said Tom Flynn. I saw the post about the 1 million views. Well done to you and Connor. I also saw the comment about you being the sexy piece of ass. Is there something stronger in that diet chav tonight? Yeah, on that one. Whoops. For people who didn't see, actually, somebody said, well done, Craig, congratulations. And I said, it's not just myself, mate, it's Connor as well. Connor is the brains of the operation. I'm just the sexy piece of ass that goes out in front of the camera. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Remember Markovic. We're still trying to forget him, Barry. Oh, Barry, we're trying to forget Markovic, mate. He posted up a New Year's picture last week and he looked like he fell out of a charity shop and got dressed in the dark, mate. I can't believe he's still taking a wage at our football club. It's nuts. Did we sign him yet? Nope. Jamal, nobody signed yet. And there's more transfer links to go through on the stream. Don't worry, there's lots and lots and lots. We're 30 subscribers away, said Easy LFC Manny. We'll get there. We'll get there. I've got a feeling tonight's the night. Will our 16-year-old play versus Wolves from the start, said Scotty. You're talking, of course, about Kiana Hoover, the young fullback that we signed from Ajax. I don't know. A lot of journalists are saying, Scotty, that he's going to be in the matchday squad. I guess we're going to have to just wait and see. Can we just drop Markovic off when we go to Brighton? Yeah, give him a stick of rock, buy him an all-day wristband and just fucking leave him on Brighton Pier. Abdul will sign, but not until the summer, said John Downey. Thank you for that input, mate. Always happy to hear anyone's thoughts on the transfers, because you know, sometimes you guys see stuff we don't see, sometimes we might pick up something you don't see, and the more information we share in here, the more we're all either kidding ourselves or making ourselves aware of what the fuck is going on. It looks like a baller, said Nathan Carter. Markovic is still playing with the under-23s, just sell him for fuck's sake. We tried, Tom. He was supposed to go to who the fuck was it? Anderlecht? Was it Anderlecht? I think he was supposed to go to at the end of the last window when he pulled the plug at the last minute. I don't know what it is about him. I just don't know. Maybe he fucking likes it here or something. I don't know. It's not looking good for the El Fakir deal, said the Revenite. We've got that as well to talk about later on. I'm really excited to see Curtis Jones, said Brandon Kelly. What position is Amor? He is an attacking midfielder, I think, if memory serves correct. I think he's an attacking midfielder. Maybe somebody can confirm that, but I think that's where he plays. As I said, I've seen absolutely nothing of this kid. Fakir's been left out of the Leon squad. Could that be on a move? No, Tom, here's my thoughts on that one. And we will cover Fakir in more detail later on. But on that, it is a cup game against a lower league side. So what I think has happened there with Nabil Fakir is, do you remember when we were looking at signing him, there was a story that came out that said because of the way his ACL was done and because they're trying to make sure he has some longevity in that knee, that he needs a rest period. Every 2 or 3 months, I think it is, he needs a couple of weeks rest. I'm wondering if with the Christmas period and stuff, if that's what they're doing now, and because the cup game, they think they can win without him if they're just giving him that rest and a few days off made to recuperate. I think that's all it is, but I'd love to be wrong. I'd love it to be because of a transfer. Feyenoord, it definitely wasn't Feyenoord that Markovic was going to, Luke. It definitely wasn't Feyenoord, if that's the one you're talking about. I'm fairly sure it was Anderlecht. Rabiot has agreed to sign for Barcelona. Yep, I meant to say that to you guys last night actually. We did talk about Adrian Rabiot a lot. And I said for months that I felt he was going to sign for Barcelona on a free, and that everything I'd read had suggested that. And of course, look, as I always say, I have fuck all information. I know nothing that you guys don't know. But all signs did point to him going to Barcelona, and that has been agreed, and that will happen at the end of the season when his contract runs out at Paris Saint-Germain. I think at the end of June. That's usually when contracts are wrote until. I'm still gutted after the City loss. Had fun game at 5-6-1. I won't say I've gotten over it, mate, but I've certainly got past the fume of losing the game. I think I'm just looking forward to the bounce back now. Looking forward to seeing us put in the next performance. And I did think originally that we're going to play a fairly weakened side against Wolves, but the thought of losing 2 on the trot possibly just doesn't sit well. So I don't think Klopp's going to go that weak now against Wolves. I think he might play a slightly stronger side. So I suppose we're just going to have to wait and see. But we can't psychologically go out there and lose 2 on the trot. We need to buy a new right back with Klein now. We can't play Trent every game. He's too young. Apparently we've been linked with Brazilian right back from Porto. On the fullback situation, mate, as we said earlier on, we have that Keanu Hoover guy who somebody reliably informed me is turning 17 this month or next month. So he's really highly thought of, the guy we brought in from Ajax. He can play at right back. He's been used as a centre back as well for the, I think, is it the under 23s or the under 21s in the UEFA Youth League. So keep an eye out for him. We've also been linked to that guy, is it Lloyd Kelly from Bristol City? Now, a lot of clubs have been linked with him, but Liverpool quite strongly linked. So, again, let's just wait and see what happens there. Manuel Labor generally called Markovic deal collapsing 4 hours before it happened. True story, it is. What do you think the Wolves game score will be? I think 2-0, said Javon Watts. That seems a pretty sensible score, yeah. I wouldn't mind a 2-0. Spurs, what about Spurs going to Tranmere and winning 7-0 yesterday? That's a mad win. On that one though, that game was rescheduled, I think, for TV because I think BT had that game last night. But I felt sorry for the Spurs fans because they travelled all the way up to Liverpool for that game against Tranmere. Well, the Wirral for that game against Tranmere. And they had no public transport to go home after the game. It was a late kick-off. It was a 7:45 or 8 p.m. kick-off. And there was no public transport available to bring them back after that game. I hate that. I hate when TV companies reschedule games like that and the fans have absolutely fucking no consideration whatsoever. And yes, it's easy to say, oh, they're Wolves or they're Spurs fans, they're not Liverpool fans. But it's happened to us. It happened when the Bournemouth game was moved to a 12:30 kick-off recently. It left Liverpool fans scrambling to try and get down there in time for the game. And it happens time and time again with television companies. They need to start taking account of the travelling fans, whether they be Liverpool fans, Spurs fans, Arsenal, City, whoever the hell it is. They need to take account of these people. They can't just keep fucking them over by changing games to suit television. You're supposed to give... God, I can't, is it 4 weeks notice? I think they're supposed to be 4 weeks notice, and sometimes they do this within that 4 weeks, which they shouldn't be doing. What else have we got? I would like to see Adam Lewis, under 23 captains, left back or in midfield against Wolves, said recessioniser, set piece specialist. Always good to hear that people are watching the younger players, mate. Thank you, because I'm shocking. I have to say, my knowledge is shocking. I do watch the reserve sometimes with the under 23s, but nobody ever really stands out for me, mate, so I don't really remember names and stuff. A pub team wouldn't want Markovic, which is sad. Yeah, look, he's on too high a wages. I think that might be the problem. Depay was missing too, somebody said, so it's probably just resting them both, said Connor. There you go, that makes sense. If we get insurance and fullbacks and a striker, one big money signing, that would be brilliant, said Evan Power. I'd love to get Fekir, but it ain't going to happen, said Red345. We spoke about the PSG, or the Rabiot PSG to Barcelona one, so I can knock that one off my list. Sorry, I'm just going through my agenda here beside me. What else we got? Looks like Keanu Hoover will start on Monday. I don't know if he'll start, Mickey. I think he's in the squad. I'm not sure 100% if he's going to start. It was Anderlecht. Thank you very much, Brian. How about we buy Alex Telles for backup left back, starts for Porto and could even challenge Rabiot. Is he the guy, and this, I could be wrong about this, I think we were linked to that Telles guy in the summer as well, but the figure around him I think was somewhere in the 20s, 22, 24 million or something like that, which I honestly can't see us spending on a backup fullback. It just doesn't make any sense. Much better to buy a young player and try and bring him through and hope that he develops, which is why that Lloyd Kelly guy makes sense. Rabiot would have been great if we got him. He would have, but it did always look like he was going to go to Barca, to be fair. They need to refresh their midfield as well. Gokul said, hi Craig, Sané and Fernandinho having a go at Liverpool really annoyed me. Fuck them, mate, honestly. Don't let them get to you. Fuck them. They're chasing us. Let's remember that. Did anybody see Vincent Kompany trying to go up and kind of have a laugh or wind up Van Dijk? And Van Dijk quickly fucking told him, fuck off, basically. And you see Kompany's face changing and him just backing off because he knew he was going to get sparked out if we didn't leave him alone. Van Dijk was in no humour for Kompany's nonsense. If he needs a couple of weeks off in the French League, then he won't last long in the Premier League, said David Davies. That could be, mate, why we didn't sign him. I don't know. Again, we're just all guessing. I don't think we definitely need a right back after Klein leaving, said Brian. Yes, I do. I think we need a full back. I'm not so sure whether it needs to be specifically left or right, but I do think we need a full back to come in. On Nathaniel Klein, actually, a lot of people baffled as to why we let him go to Bournemouth, and Jurgen Klopp has come out and had a say about this one, and it turns out that Nathaniel Klein actually asked Jurgen Klopp to be allowed to leave to go and play first team football. Klopp said, Klein asked if he could go. I thought about it and then said yes, you can, as we have other options and younger boys coming up. You can't always keep a player, particularly one that wants to go and play. So look, you can't ever knock a player that wants to play football. We said it about Milner if Leeds came up and he wanted to move on. We said it about Clavan at the time. We said it about Danny Ings as well. If you want to play and you're not, you can't knock a player to ask to move on. I love Kleiny. I thought he would have been very good to have as a squad player, and he was somebody that you could drop into the team and not bat an eyelid. You'd know you're going to get a good performance out of him. But yeah, it's unfortunate, but Klopp knows what he's at, and he wouldn't have let him go if he wasn't confident that we had cover, we were bringing in cover, or there was somebody coming through. I'm just baffled as to why he went on loan. That's what I don't understand. I think he could have got money for Nathaniel Klein, and we see Neil Warnock losing his shit, as you can see there in one of the images. He said Liverpool have been very unprofessional in how they've dealt with this matter. Look, at the end of the day, he's a Liverpool player. Liverpool are free to do with their player what they want. Yes, maybe they had conversations with Cardiff. Maybe it looked like he was going to Cardiff. I don't know. I wasn't privy to those conversations. But when Bournemouth came in and paid us £19 million plus for Solanke, maybe they said, maybe this was part of the deal, because I think they overpaid a little bit, if I'm being honest. If you look at his value where he is now, and yes, you do have that extra little bit because he's English and he's homegrown, but 19 million rising to 23, 24 for a player who really hasn't done anything in the Premier League yet. It's a big gamble on their behalf. So if they wanted to take Kleiny on loan as well, and we're happy to loan him out somewhere, then sorry Neil Warnock, mate, fuck you, he's going to Bournemouth. Better team as well, by the way. Suit Kleiny's game much better. What else have we got? How's your day been? Said Javon Watts. It's been cool, Javon, thank you. Really, really nice. Any day I get to play with Lucas and just have a laugh is cool. Christopher, I honestly, with all due respect to Red Men, I don't care what team they have picked, mate. They leave them do their thing on their channel, buddy. And best of luck to them. Nothing but respect for them, but I don't care what 11 they have picked, if I'm being honest, buddy. Apparently this Cougar kid is like a miniature Virgil van Dijk. I'm only 19 and he makes me feel old, said Owen Farrelly. It is crazy, isn't it? The thoughts of a 16, 17 year old being regarded that highly. Just wonder what his ceiling would be on. I wonder how good this dude could actually go, or how far he could go, excuse me. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that guy's name, Tom. Is it Miltao? I don't know how you pronounce his name. The lad from Porto, we're linked with him as well. Are the Abdul Kadir and more rumours true or links true, said Siraj. They seem to be fairly solid, mate, because I've seen it in a couple of publications now, and not just ones coming from Turkey. I honestly don't know. Like most people, Siraj, I've got no input here, no inside knowledge of transfers. I just read the rumours and try and sift through the bullshit and see what seems to be true. At the end of the day, we'll only know when he's on a plane coming over, or when somebody tells us a fee has been agreed, or when he's in Melwood leaning there getting pictures taken, or when Melissa Reddy, Paul Joyce, James Pearce, one of those guys let us know about the deal. One of the old reliable, as we like to say. I don't know. I like to think that we're going to be linked with all the best young talent in the world, and if he's one of the best young talents in the world, then it's good the season that I mentioned with us. But until we get the reliables, the three big ones coming in and letting us know about it, I'd always be a little bit sceptical. Imagine being 16 and Klopp tells you you're in the squad for the Wolves game. Probably shit myself, if I'm being honest with Sessionizer. I don't know if I'd be it. But that's why he's going to be a professional footballer, and I'm sitting here overweight talking to you guys on a computer. Fernandinho's been playing mind games with us, saying that he thinks Liverpool will crumble. Fuck Fernandinho, fuck Sané, fuck City, fuck Pep, fuck each and every one of them, fuck their fans. Who cares? Who cares what anybody else thinks? I guarantee you Klopp doesn't think we're going to crumble, and I guarantee you the players in the dressing room don't think we're going to crumble. Because we're not going to crumble. That's not to say that we might not win the league. We may not win the league. I believe we will, but we may not. But what we won't do is crumble. That I can guarantee you. This team are made of tough stuff. There's no way they're going to crumble. I looked through both sets of fixtures last night actually, and they're fairly similar. The only tricky game I say, top 6 game they have away is against Manchester United, the same as us. They have Spurs to play at home, I think Chelsea to play at home, as we do. Very, very similar games. So look, we've got the advantage. It's down to us to press at home. If we're not at the top of the table after 38 points, we don't deserve it. Or 38 games, we don't deserve it. But where we are now, we're there for a reason. Let them play all the fucking mind games they want. I guarantee you our guys are going to be laser focused, and I back them. I believe in this group. I believe in that manager. I think we've got a group of winners, and we've got Virgil van Dijk, for fuck's sake. They don't have Virgil van Dijk. We do. Abdul Amir got 5 goal involvements in his last 5 games. Said a troll have come Trollson. Like that name, mate. Thank you. But thank you for the input as well. Really, really appreciate it. We've 7 full days to recover, no point in going fully under strength, said Barry Walsh, which is a really good point, and one I said to Connor earlier on. I don't think it's quite 7 days. I think it's 5 days. I think we're playing on the Saturday against Brighton. 3 p.m. kickoff as well. Deal agreed. Omar Abdul is coming to Liverpool, said Jaden 34 Powell. Again, where is this coming from, Jaden? I've just seen links. I've seen some people say it's agreed, but nobody that I'd actually come and put my neck on the line and say, yeah, I think it's happening. Did you see the article on Sky Sports app about how useless VAR was tonight? Wish they really would sort this system out. I haven't had a chance to read it, Matt, but if it's on Sky Sports app, I probably will read it later on, because I usually have a little read through it when I finish the stream. I'm on the fence about VAR. There's some things I think it's really, really good for. Other things, it's still going to be subjective, isn't it? It's still going to be down to the referee's opinion. Nothing in football, well, not everything in football is black and white. When you're watching tennis or you're watching cricket, and there are definite decisions. The ball was in, the ball was out, the ball took a nick, the ball didn't take a nick. There's not too many grey areas there like there is in football. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. The English referees, in my opinion, are shite as it is. I've said this for a long time. I think the standard of officiating in the Premier League is terrible. So for these guys to then have VAR as well, I don't know. I'm going to look forward to see how it works out. What I will say is, if we went on last year's decisions, wasn't there an article done recently that said we would have had a 12-point swing or something? Or 12 extra points from last year if VAR was in use, and United would have had 6 points less, so maybe it'll benefit us. I don't know, but what it will do is it'll cut out some of the nonsense. Like the ball that wasn't over the line against Manchester City. I don't know how you guys felt, but I had full confidence in the system. When they said the ball wasn't over the line, didn't even blink. I thought, right, well, it wasn't in, let's move on. Some people have been clutching at straws, trying to show shadows of the ball, trying to show that the ball looked like it's clearly over the line, but what's obviously happening is they're looking at it from the wrong angle. I believe in that technology, and I believe it works perfectly. And if the referee's arm didn't buzz, no goal. I'm sound about that. Other things, I'm not sure about. Some of the judging of the offsides has been a little bit hit and miss. Also, what I find very, very hard for people to judge when they're looking at these offside decisions, when exactly the point of release from the player's foot the ball came. Because sometimes a split second can make a massive difference to whether the player is on or offside. So the timing of when that pass was released from the attacking player's foot can be vital in these situations. Again, there's no definitive way of deciding when the right time to clock it or stop it is, or to draw that line across. Not that I know of anyway. Maybe they've looked at this. UEFA would have obviously taken this into consideration, but from my stupid, humble ignorant opinion back here, I think a quarter of a second, a tenth of a second either way can be the difference between a player leaning onside or offside. Return of Martin Kelly. I wouldn't say so, Noah. He's a bit of a history of injuries as well, Martin Kelly, so I think that was probably why we let him go in the first place. What else have we got? Moore has the most completed dribbles in the Super League, said Evan. Love all this information, guys. Thank you. A trophy run is always a good thing, said Barry Walsh. Well, it ain't a bad thing, mate. I'll definitely give you that one. Guys, we are 27 subscribers away from the big 7,000. So if you're watching, you're tuned in, you haven't yet subscribed, please do hit that button. I'd love to get there on tonight's stream. We've an hour and 20 minutes to go. So if you can help us out and hit that subscribe button, guys, please do. We want to have a bit of a celebration tonight. It's been a tough week losing for the first time. So if we can hit 7,000, that would make it all better, wouldn't it? What else have we got? Jurgen Klopp is in as well. How are you, Kloppo? Brian Morrissey said, fuck City indeed, mate. Fuck them, let them all do. We'll just carry on doing our thing. Like the liver bird, said Mossy Wassy. Thank you, mate. We wanted to shake things up a little bit, and we decided to change the image around a little bit just to shake it up so you guys have something new to look at. Okay, some more comments. What a header versus Barcelona to make it 4-0. Oh, we're talking about Grujic. That was a belter of a header. Hope Cardiff are relegated, said Mohammed Ibrahim. Yeah, fuck Neil Warnock, honestly. I mean, I disliked him anyway. I mean, the man has no eyebrows. How can you trust somebody with no eyebrows? You know you can trust me, because I have this one big massive eyebrow on the top of my head. So that makes me trustworthy. But he has no eyebrows, therefore untrustworthy. There you go. I mean, they're just facts. Scientific facts. Do you think we'll buy anyone? Said Siobhan Watts. Yes, I do, Siobhan. I don't know who, and I don't know when that'll be for, whether it's a player to come in for this month or somebody who will bring in for the summer. But I do believe we'll do some incoming business this month. Don't want to get anybody's hopes up or get people excited, but I'm an optimist, Siobhan, so maybe I'll be completely wrong, but I'll believe right until the last day. Wouldn't be surprised if Van Dijk's a black belt in karate, knowing him. He's a beast. He is a beast. He's an absolute fucking monster, and I love him. I love Virgil van Dijk. Can you imagine the difference if he had gone to Manchester City, guys? Oh, fucking hell. And he could have. He had the choice. That's it. Jurgen Klopp is why he's at Liverpool. And the fans, actually, because I remember him saying to somebody, why wouldn't you want to come and play here? There was history of him coming off the pitch with one of his Southampton teammates, and he turned around and said, why wouldn't I want to come here? Like, look at it. Getting my Roy Hodgson tattoo tonight till October. Don't you dare put Roy Hodgson on your skin. Don't you fucking dare do it, October. Jesus Christ, don't scare yourself with the emu. Great to see you get nearly 7,000 subscribers. Thank you, Dougie, mate. That's really kind of you. Fuck it, I wish the number would get there, pal. I'm not gonna lie, it's been ages trying to get there. But yeah, look, we'll get there soon. And I can't believe we've had 1 million views on the channel. That is scary as fuck. As I said the other day though, Dougie, I hope you're all doing well, mate. I haven't caught up with you or seen you guys in ages. We must have a pint someday. Maybe I'll catch you down in the allotments sometime over the summer or something, buddy. But thank you so much for the kind words. David Douglas there, the gentleman here that I'm talking about. He's from the town I grew up in, Shankill. Yeah, sometimes it's been a while since I've been back there as well. What else have we got? Brighton in the Premier League. Kiana Hoover, the kid from Holland, centre-back partnership with Van Dijk. Imagine that. Imagine he does come through and he develops and he's sound and he's 17, 18 years of age, and we've got him, Van Dijk and Gomez. And the youth there with Van Dijk and with Gomez and Kiana Hoover, and then Van Dijk beside him. It's fucking class. Absolutely class. When's our next game? Monday, Luke. Monday, mate. Against Wolves away in the FA Cup. What's good, Craig? Just made it to 200. Well done, mate. Congratulations to you. Always love to hear people succeeding and doing well, so congratulations. Contract expires next summer with regards to Timo Werner. Yeah, sure, why not have a chat about Timo Werner, guys? Lots and lots of people believe he's coming. And whether it's going to be in the summer or whether it's this month, a load of ITKs are saying that they believe he's coming as well. I don't know. The figure that seems to be going around and thrown around is around 40 million. With 18 months left on his deal, that makes sense. That does make sense. I still can't believe, by the way, how much Chelsea played for Pulisic. That makes no fucking sense. They paid 60 odd million quid for somebody that's out of contract a year after they get him. I don't know. Look, we'll move on from him. He's a Chelsea player now. But Timo Werner, I don't want to get my hopes up. I'm afraid to. I was burned by Fekir in the summer. But if he comes in, and it's a massive if, that's a great piece of business by Liverpool Football Club. And people who have got stuff right before seem to think that it's very possible. And they certainly believe we're interested in him. Maybe you guys have read things on social media or in newspapers that I've missed out on this one. It's tough. I'd love to be on here and saying, yeah, he's coming. He's definitely coming. But at the end, I'd be lying if I was saying to you, yeah, it's a done deal. And I'm never going to come on here and tell lies. Unless, of course, I'm telling you I like Connor or something, and I'll just tell that bullshit over and over again. Have you seen Hazard is about to sign for Real Madrid? Harry, mate, I've been saying that for a long time. He doesn't give two fucks about Chelsea. How can you score 6 or 100 goals in 6 fucking years and be a club legend? That doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. The guy he doesn't give a fuck about the club. He's been trying to get to Real Madrid for ages. A lot of people believed when Pulisic came in that was why, because Hazard was gone. Chelsea went out of their way to say no, that's not why we brought him in. But I think he'll head for Real Madrid. He wanted to go there in the summer around the World Cup. He even said it. He publicly came out and said it. Look, let's just wait and see. Gianni De Hoyo said, Craig, Chris and Paul are great guys who are almost every game. Bad form not to care. I value yours. Bad form. Johnny, mate, with all due respect, I've been nothing but respectful to the guys at Redmen TV, pal. And if you think it's bad form, you know where the door is, Johnny. Walk out of, pal. Nobody's asking you to be here. I'm entitled to my opinions, buddy, the same way you're entitled to yours. And if I don't care what somebody else picked for starting 11, so be it, mate. Do you think that's bad form? You know where the door is, pal. I'm me, and I'm not going to change for anybody. I've been the same from day one. I've showed nothing but respect to Redmen, the Anfield Rap, anybody else that makes content. So for me to say I don't care what their 11 was, I hardly think that's running them down, mate. I'm not going to say anything else on it, but as I said, you know where the door is, Johnny. Marco Grujic still has skill and quality. If he gets time, he'll come good. I fully believe we'll see him back at the club, Barry, at some point. He seems to be doing really, really well over in Germany. I think the manager said he's the best player Hertha's had in the last 20 years, which is a massive statement. Fernandinho is getting discarded in my FIFA team, said Jack. There you go. What else? Moreno to start against Wolves confirmed. By who? Jan, did the manager come out and say that? Me and Connor were discussing this earlier on, wondering if he would start him. Craig, have Arsenal and Chelsea back to back? They have Arsenal and Chelsea back to back. Yeah, two tough games. And they're going to be concentrating on the Champions League as well. We can't let that one pass by. Have you seen the video of DT losing his shit over a recent business? Connor should get 2 tattoos now. I don't watch his stuff. Honestly, I can't be arsed looking at him. Maybe that means I'm being disrespectful according to old Johnny because I don't watch his stuff or I don't care about his opinion. But look, DT, you know what I think of DT at this point. I don't need to go on and say it anymore. He should be losing his shit because our business has been fantastic. If I was an Arsenal fan, I would be losing my shit as well. They don't seem too impressed with Stan Kroenke. And look, I'm not an Arsenal fan, so I don't know the dealings of the club. I'll leave it to those guys to sort out. But I will sit here and enjoy it, and enjoy them not doing well, and enjoy them being called Banter FC. It's on Liverpool YouTube channel. It's agreed. As in, is this in the rumours, mate, or am I way behind on something here? I think we're talking about the young Turkish kid. Is that on? Is it on the website? Somebody jump on the website there and see if it's on the website. Because I'm afraid to get my fucking hopes up and then it just be in the rumour section. Hey Craig, who would you sign? Said Harry Taylor. Mate, I'm happy if we sign Timo Werner. I'm happy if we sign that Turkish kid if Klopp wants him. I would have loved Pulisic. I'm not going to go back on that and lie about it. I would have loved Christian Pulisic. But Werner, Fekir, all the names that have been mentioned are pretty much the ones who I'd like. Rabiot's going to get paid more than Iniesta when he was at Barcelona. That's the worst transfer I've ever seen, apart from Markovic. What is his wages? LFC _5. How much is he going to be getting there at Barcelona? We play United on my birthday. A win in that game will be a perfect birthday present, said O-Dog. Yeah, that's going to be a big, big, big game at Old Trafford. Got a yellow goalkeeper's jersey today with Alison Becker on the back. Been waiting since August for it, sold out until January the 2nd. Nice one, Mossy Wossy, mate. Nice one. It's a nice kit, that yellow keeper's one. I think he'll look good in it, pal. Cheers, Craig. Hate you too. That's alright, Connor. I'm pretending I like you, though. That was the point I was making. I'm pretending I do on here. Hi, Craig. I subbed and liked. Thank you very much, Luke. Pleasure to have you with us, pal. Let's not forget about Trent. How could we? I love Trent Alexander-Arnold, David. Absolutely love the guy. Timo Werner, 36 million will be a bargain, said Junior. What's your views? Or Craig, your views are going up. Oh yeah, sorry, yeah. They're doing really well, aren't they? The stream the other night got nearly 7,000 views, the other late night agenda. I'm baffled. I'm baffled as to why more people are coming and watching, but all I can think of is that they come in, they see the chat, they see everyone's nice and friendly, they see the people have a bit of fun on here, and you know, I'm giving the full credit to you guys as to why people keep coming back. I might give a little bit to Connor as well, just to make him feel better, because I said I hated him earlier on. Lots of look, don't get me excited about Timo Werner, for fuck's sake. I'm gonna cry here. What's the story with Werner? And we're only 24 subscribers away as well, guys. 24 little subscribers. If you're watching, remember, 7,000 subscribers gets Connor to go to space camp. Charlene's even picked out some nice pajamas for him on the Primark website that has NASA on them. So 7,000 sends Connor to space camp. So if you are watching, please do hit that subscribe button. Fakir wanted to come to us, said Sean. He was in the Liverpool kit, but it doesn't come much closer, does it? In the fucking kit. He'll never ever live that one down. Werner's going to be world class. Klopp's the man to make him a beast. Werner's supposed to be a starter. Again, when you bring players in like that, you can't just look at a starting 11. I know you're probably sick of me saying this, but if you bring in another player, it's going to be a starting 15 or 16, because you're going to have to rotate, and we can't play Mane, Firmino, Salah every week. Even if you add Shaqiri into the mix, you're still going to want to rotate, so having a Werner there as well won't do any harm whatsoever. I want Timo Werner as a super sub in case Salah, Mane or Firmino gets a knock, said Dorian FTW. What position does Amor play? I believe he's an attacking mid or a wide mid. I'm not sure exactly which one. As I said, somebody must have looked that one up for us earlier on. I really hope he starts to shine. This is January. He should be doing better. Who are we talking about there? Keita, is it? Could be, perhaps. Werner plays from the left, said Mickey. I would rather Timo Werner than Fekir. Get seriously injured, will score goals. With Bobby on form, plays behind. How do we find Bobby is getting on, by the way, in that new position? Because I think he's settling into it really, really well. And it's no coincidence that he started to get a couple of goals in the last few games, and I like it. I like the fact he's dropping deeper. He's got that vision as well to be able to break a line. And some of the 1-2s he's playing with Salah, it's been just delicious. I have to respect all YouTubers, including yourself. As do I. I show respect to all of them. How many times on here have I said I have nothing but respect for people? I know how much hard work they put in. I know the effort that goes into running a channel, and that they all run them fantastically well. Just because I don't give a shit what their starting 11 is, I don't see how that's being offensive. I don't give a shit what 5,000 people starting 11s are. I only care about Jurgen Klopp starting 11 because that's the starting 11 that we have to go with for games. Good luck to you, sir. Up the Reds. Adios, Johnny, mate. Good luck to you as well. No disrespect towards you, sir, but I fully disagree with you that I was disrespectful towards them. Opinions on the United stand. A very good channel, run by a very nice man. A shame about the club that it's obviously with, but nothing but respect for Mark. Originally, I thought he was a little bit different. I thought he was just having people on, but having got to know him recently, as I said time and time again, nothing but respect for the man. He's a genuine fella. So fair play to him. I hope his channel continues to grow, and I hope he continues to do well, because he puts the hours in and he deserves it. DT blocked me because I laughed at him when we won. Must be touchy. Fuck him. Great channel, said Nathan. Thank you, pal. Would you take Karius back as a number 2 and sell Mignolet? No, because, and here's the reason, not because I don't like Karius or not because I don't like Mignolet, but I actually don't really rate either of them, if I'm being honest. I'd rather see the young Irish kid get a chance. I've said it a few times, what's the point in us bringing through these young keepers if we never give them a chance? So for me, if Caoimhín Kelleher got a chance next year as the backup, I'd be fine with it. I think he did okay in pre-season, the few minutes he got. I enjoy the content and I hate Liverpool, said John. Thank you, mate. I mean, we try and cater to all fans to an extent when they pop in, because it's always nice to hear how United fans are looking at the league, how they view Liverpool, same with Spurs fans, City fans. First and foremost, we're all football fans, mate. So once we show respect, the banter's fine. That's just part of the channel, like. But yeah, great to have you in. Don't hate Liverpool. They play stupendous football. Damn right. How could you hate us? We're fucking great, us. The only thing I want to know is, can Timo finish with both feet? Looks like a bit one-footed. Answer, anybody please, said James Doherty. There's no incoming transfers listed on Liverpool's homepage. Thank you very much, John. Everyone give me your answer, you too, Craig. What kit should I get my nephew? He's 5 months. Oh, that's gorgeous. The red one, mate. It's got to be the red one for your first kit, surely. I'd say the red one. Rabiot's on 170 grand a week. That's a joke. Iniesta was on 165 last year. That is a lot of wage, but for somebody on a free transfer, mate, that isn't too much, to be fair. No news really, Skipper Dog. No definitive news on transfers as well. Actually, on Dominic Solanke, we spoke about him earlier on. It seems that he is injured now for the next 3 or 4 weeks. So we did say the Crystal Palace looked to bring him in on loan, but that it was ruled out because they had doubts about his fitness. It comes out today. He's gone to Bournemouth. Eddie Howe was speaking today, and he said that Dominic Solanke is going to be out until February because he has a hamstring injury. So there you go. That might be why Crystal Palace pulled the plug on it, but it certainly seems to have worked out better because he's now got himself a permanent move with Bournemouth, and a move I think will work out very well for him. Playing with Callum Wilson down there, he'll probably learn a lot. Defoe going up to Rangers as well has opened up a bit of space for him, and they're a good attacking side, so I think he'll get plenty of chances down there. Almora plays on the right, said Junior. Bobby has been a beast over December, said Byron. He has, mate. I love him. As I said time and time again, he's my favourite player at the club. Where was the lucky shirt versus City, Craig? You must take some responsibility for the defeat, fella. No, Alan, I take no responsibility, buddy, because I said all week that I didn't see that shirt coming out for that game. I didn't have the confidence in that game. I said it all week. I would take a draw. Said that before the game. And the lucky shirt has to talk to me, Alan. It has to tell me that it feels a win is coming. It did for Arsenal, but it just didn't for the City game. Sorry. Maybe I should take a little bit. Maybe I'll take a little bit. The last 2 games, Bobby's been class as the number 10, said Eganito. Luke Nelm said, I want Irving Lozano. Any news on him, actually? Has he been linked anywhere? Okay, some more comments. As a Man City fan, really enjoying the stream. Thank you, Max, mate. Thank you very, very much. That means the world to me. It's lovely to know Liverpool fans enjoy it, but it's good to know that people can drop in from other fan clubs as well and have a chat. I don't know if you were here yesterday when another Manchester City fan came in and asked us about the game, and look, from me and I suppose most of the people in the chat here, there was no hard feelings about that game. City won it, end of. There was no decision that caused it to be a contentious game. City scored. I think it was the width of a post was the difference between the teams. I mean, I'm shattered that we lost. Obviously, I'd like to have won, but it is what it is. It's game on now. Let's see. But may the best team win at the end of the season. I believe it'll be Liverpool. I'm sure, Max, you believe it'll be Manchester City. But look, that's what makes this fun, isn't it? Stephen Taggart has dropped in his Cancer Awareness UK, or Cancer Research UK, excuse me. He's doing a dry January. The link is in there if you want to pop over and check out Stephen's page, help him out. Again, Cancer Research UK is a fantastic charity, so if you want to have a look, the link is in the chat there. Right, let's have a look at the Wolves game, actually. And let's have a look at some starting 11s. So, as I said, myself and Connor did try and have a go at this. And I know some of these players probably won't play, some of them will play. But look, it's all guesswork at the end of the day. If anyone doesn't care about the starting 11, that's okay. I won't take any offence. It's not something I take offence if people don't care about ours either. But in goal, obviously Simon Mignolet. For the full backs, we've gone with Camacho, Lovren, Van Dijk and Robbo. In the midfield, we've gone Fabinho, Lallana and Naby Keita. And up front, Shaqiri, Sturridge and Mane. That's our team. Of course there's Daya Chav, Cameron, mate. Don't be silly. There's always Daya Chav, buddy. Don't ever doubt me on that. There's always a can of Daya Chav. Yeah, so just to go through that team again. Mignolet, Camacho, Lovren, Van Dijk, Robbo, Fabinho, Lallana, Keita, Shaqiri, Sturridge, Mane. That's the 11 that we're going to have a crack at for the game. I will of course now love to see your 11s or your thoughts on that 11. And I promise you, I won't say I don't give a shit about your 11s, guys, because I love you. I always care about your 11s. Chelsea want Lozano. Thank you, Louis, for that one. Chelsea linked with Lozano as well. They've been linked with fucking everybody, haven't they? Every bleeding transfer this year Chelsea have been linked with. Replays this round, no, or penalties next round. Loved that game. It legitimately looked like two elite teams. Imagine other clubs looking at it and thinking those two teams are just levels above us. It was two very, very good teams. Frankie said 25 subscribers away from 7,000. I can almost lick it at this point. That's how close it's getting. So I don't know how many people are watching now, and how many people that are watching aren't subscribers. But if you haven't subscribed, please hit that button and help us get to 7k. And send Connor to Space Camp. I mean, who doesn't want to send a young man to Space Camp? Just think of Sheldon in The Big Bang Theory. That's kind of what Connor's like. I began laughing so hard when I saw Klopp celebrating Firmino equalised against City. What was that celebration? He was choking fuck out of the bottle of water. Like, what was that? It was a mixture of happiness and anger, and it was fucking weird. It was just strange. DZB is at the house. How are you, sir? All the way from Glasgow. Cheers, mate, for acknowledging the comment. I do believe City will win the title, but we all have an opinion. Of course, buddy. And you know what? If I was a City fan, I'd fully believe we could rein Liverpool in as well. But that's what makes it beautiful, isn't it? That's what makes it's good to have a title race this year. I mean, not for you, because you marched away with it last year, but for the rest of us, it's good to have a title race this year. And let's just see what happens, pal. Two very good teams play two very good styles of football with two excellent managers. So may the best team win. Seeing all these Fekir rumours again is annoying, but I still want them, said Louis. We'll win 8-0 with that team, said James. Cheers, mate. Yeah, that'll do. 8-0, I'll take that one. That's one better than Spurs. Tom Flynn has gone with Mignolet, Camacho, Nathaniel Phillips, Connor Masterson, Moreno, Fabinho, Curtis Jones, Lallana, Shaqiri, Sturridge and Origi. That's a fine side with me as well, Tom, mate. I have no problem seeing that team take the field. Strong team, could win if you put that team out. Hopefully I don't jinx it, said Tom too. Origi's gone for Mignolet, Robertson, Van Dijk, Phillips, Trent, Curtis Jones, Camacho, Keita, Mane, Sturridge and Shaqiri. I think we're kind of on the same wavelength here, guys. We're not too far apart with our 11s. Do you ever drink Diet Chav Zero? No, I tried it before, but it tastes too much like the original Chav. And when I drink original Chav, I get stickiness on my teeth, if you get me. And I don't get that with the Diet Chav, so I'm going to have a little sip now, actually, because I'm getting a dry mouth just thinking about it. Don't give a shit, for fuck's sake, Craig. I know, Nathan, mate, I've no problem, and I don't take any insult towards that whatsoever, Nathan. I fully agree with your right not to give a shit. Keita has to play, mate. We need to run a game from him. I'm the same. I want to see him starting to establish himself now in that Liverpool midfield. And I think he can. I love Naby Keita. As I said, he's the only name I've actually gotten on my shirt this year. Love the guy. Well, not that I'm going to have multiple fucking names on the back of my shirts, but you know what I mean. I got the 3 shirts, only one of them with a name on it. Diet Chav and Pringles. Oh yes, Gary. Yes, mate. But what flavour Pringles? Sour cream and onion all the way for me. Fuck Chelsea, said Stephen Richards. How are you, Stephen? I hope Louise is well. I hope you're keeping well today, pal. Thinking of giving up chocolate for the British Heart Foundation in February if I can get the support. I don't know, mate, that's a tough sell, to be fair. It's a tough sell. I mean, one thing giving up the gargle for January, but to give up chocolate, I mean, it's not that much of a sacrifice, if I'm being honest, Stephen. Even I think I could give up chocolate, and I'm a fat cunt that loves chocolate and crisps. I don't know, I mean, anything that is for charity or for a good cause, though, I suppose I really should be supporting it, Stephen, so please don't take that the wrong way, pal. You know we love you. I think he may play a weaker team, said Siraj. May absolutely. Anything could happen. What I don't want to happen though is us to go and lose 2 games on the bounce. That would be heartbreaking. I think even if we got a draw, the media will try and play that up like we're having a wobble, and we don't need that. Not that I give a fuck what the media think, to be honest, but from the players' point of view, it'd be nice to just get a win, then go to Brighton, get a win there, and just put that shit to bed and just move on. Ryan King said needs to be a strongish team for Monday. Can't be arsed playing a weak team and crashing out the FA Cup. Moreno starting for sure. Klopp confirmed and is also listed in an article on the official website. When is he gonna fuck off? By the way, Moreno. I thought that little spiel that he came out with there was to kind of help his move go along. So I don't know. The Connor slander is heavy today. Jump on and defend yourself, mate. That's the thing. I'm trying to bait you into coming on. Did I see somebody say there? Where? Yeah, I did say there. Grigory said Chelsea wants Small off. Interesting. I haven't paid much attention to Chelsea because as I said earlier on, they're linked to everybody, so I don't know what's true and what isn't with them. Looking forward to seeing Hoover playing, said Mossy Wassy. Samuel said I only care about Klopp's 11. Sound, mate, no problem with that whatsoever. Have you seen the Twitter thread about being a Liverpool fan? It's very sarcastic and speaks a lot of truth. Who started the thread, Cahill? And I will have a look at it. O-Dog has gone Mignolet, Camacho, Phillips, Lovren, Moreno, Hendo, Keita, Lallana, Shaqiri, Sturridge and Origi. I'm not subbed and never will sub. Sound. I'll tell you what then. I will save the time and I'll just fucking boot you out. There you go. Not subbed, never will sub, and never will comment on the channel again. Adios. I'll make 25 accounts and sub. There you go, Leon. You do that, pal. 24. That's all you need to do now. Breaking news: the White Malteser wants 7k. There you go. I actually love that nickname, the White Malteser. Although Pitbull was better. The Irish Pitbull was way nicer. Oxmo 800 is in the house. How are you, sir? Thank you for coming back in, and I'm very well. Thank you for asking. Stieg has gone for Miggs, Trent, Lovren, Matip, Moreno, Fabinho, Keita, Hendo, Shaqiri and Sturridge. I don't think we'll buy anyone in January as the 2 players that we have won't make a difference. As the 2 players that have left, won't make a difference. Sorry, Wasim, I ruined your comment there, buddy. That makes sense. It does make sense, but I suppose the only thing really is for cover, buddy. They weren't starting 11 players, there's no doubt about that, but the fullback thing is worrying a lot of us by the looks of it. It'll be interesting to see us against United at Old Trafford when they don't park the bus anymore. 2 attacking teams should be a good game. I don't know, I thought the game at Anfield was a pretty fucking good game, mate, because we won 3-1, so, but I get where you're coming from. From their point of view, they'll probably be a much stiffer task than they were at Anfield because we won that game in second gear. Anthony Peters has gone for Mignolet, James Milner, Lovren, Keanu Hoover, Moreno, Fabinho, Keita, Henderson, Shaqiri, Bobby and Sturridge, and rest as many as we can. Who's your top 4 this season? Obviously I think the top 3 will stay as they are, and 4th place, it looks like Chelsea have the edge, but it's so close. It is I don't think United can pull their way back into it. I think it's between Chelsea and Arsenal. I don't know is the answer of who's going to get there. It's too close to call. If somebody can go on a run of games and put a few wins together and have any type of a gap there, then it's obvious, but that could be it. Craig, imagine we get that Turkish guy, those crazy Egyptian fans and those crazy Turkish fans in the comment sections. Oh yeah, I never thought of that. Turkish people do love their football, to be fairness. They are fanatical. Some of the games over there, it looks crazy in a good way, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm trying to be complimentary here. Christopher's team is Mignolet, Camacho, Lovren, Phillips, Moreno, Fabinho, Keita, Lallana, Shaqiri, Origi and Sturridge. Again, mate, I think that's a team that can certainly go and do a job, even against Wolves away. It's interesting, we talk about Liverpool's team and we talk about us resting players, but we haven't really spoken about how many Wolves might rest. And, they're trying their best to have a very good first season in the Premier League, so maybe they might put out a semi-weakened team as well. It's tough to say. I mean, if anything, they probably have a smaller squad than us, so they might need to give some players a rest. Craig, you look like Curtis Warren. I don't know who that is. Oh, or do I? No. Who is Curtis Warren? Remind me, Paul. I don't know who he is. That means I'm automatically taking it as I'm taking offence to it until I know who he is. Virgil needs a rest, said Cameron. Sam MBF said Everton. Are you an Everton fan, Sam? Welcome, mate. You're welcome in here if you are. You're a toffee. There you go. Lukaku's golden boot laughed. Go Everton. Alright, now we get the idea, Sam. You know, Everton, go Everton, toffee. Now you've had your little run. If you want to make a comment and, you know, have something sensible to say, Sam, we'd love to hear it. But more repetitive posting of the same type of stuff will just get you booted out, pal. But as I said, you are welcome to post in. Let us know how you're seeing the season as an Everton fan. Let us know what your thoughts are. But other than that, mate, please don't just keep posting nonsense in. Why this channel isn't on 7,000 makes no sense, said Siraj. It'll get there, buddy. We'll get there. I was hoping it was going to be tonight. We're 24 subscribers away. We've 50 minutes left on the stream. Hopefully we can do it. I can't wait for Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain to return. His Insta is so funny, said Tristan. He's a class act, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. I love the guy. Romeo KGT said, I hope United beat Spurs. Is Woodburn still injured? I honestly don't know, Byron. I know he came back from Sheffield United because of an injury, but I've no update on it, and I haven't seen an update to say if he's back or not. People just watch and don't subscribe. That's cool. That's cool as well. I just booted him out because he was trying to be a smart fuck, and I'm more of a smart fuck than he is, and I'm the guy with the little cursory thing here that can boot him out. So I call that trolling. So there you go. But look, as I said, people are always welcome to watch. I love people watching, and I know that there's a lot of people who watch, subscribe and don't comment as well. So to those people, thank you for all your support. If you're somebody who just doesn't get a chance to comment or perhaps doesn't like commenting, then look, for myself, Connor and everyone here, thank you for your support over the past 10 months. It means a lot for us to have you in here watching us every week, and hopefully you continue to enjoy what we do. So thank you for all your help. In my opinion, United are better than Arsenal, said Leon Can. Well, one thing we can say about the league table, guys, is it doesn't lie from whatever sense. Even if we're talking about it from a Liverpool sense, if we finish second, it's because we're the second best team. The league table doesn't lie. So at this moment in time, obviously with the way the managerial situation wasn't that United, Arsenal are further up the table. So at the moment, you'd have to say they're a better team at the moment. I suppose form has to be taken into account as well, and United have won, was it 4 in a row now on their Solskjaer, including the cup game. Kiss that FA Cup away. MUFC will win it, said Jack Flogs. I don't know what to say to that, Jack, mate. Whatever. I don't give a fuck about the FA Cup, if I'm being honest. It's all about the Premier League for me this year, as I've said all along. If United go in the FA Cup, then fucking best of luck to them. Whoever wins it will deserve to win it. But honestly, none of us really give a fuck. Well, some of us do give a fuck about the FA Cup, but most of us are just focused on the league. Recession Isla's team was Mignolet, Adam Lewis, Lovren, Kiana Hoover, Milner, Fabinho, Keita, Shaqiri, Sturridge, Origi. Please tell me you're taking the piss with Markovic, mate. Please tell me you're taking the piss with him. I would literally rather just put Mighty fucking Red on the field there in a pair of boots than Markovic. We'd probably get a higher work rate out of him as well. I don't know what. Okay. Gone. Okay. There. Craig, I used to live in Turkey. They're nuts about football, said Stephen Richards. They really are. They really are. Do you remember when, actually speaking about Timo Werner, since there's been a link to Liverpool, do you remember when he was playing against Besiktas in the Europa League and he had to get taken off because he couldn't take the noise? He put earplugs in at first to try and cope with it, but the noise inside the stadium was so loud that he had to get substituted. I mean, that tells you how fucking ferocious their support is. We could sign Eriksen and Werner in the summer because the contracts will both expire in 2020, said Malone02. I love to see Arsenal get fourth. They're like us as a club, over 10 years, really attractive football. Yeah, look, they have always tried to play it the right way. Sometimes under Wenger, they went a little bit too far. They nearly tried to fucking walk the ball into the net. I think Wolves will go strong and look for silverware. Again, yeah, they are a club, Tom, that's looking to go places, so perhaps I'm wrong. Perhaps they will go with a very strong team. Fun game in 561 said, I want Koulibaly. Imagine him and Van Dijk. We'd be like a brick wall in defence. There's no way, mate, we're going and spending 85 million quid or something on Koulibaly after buying Van Dijk. I just think we need to spend money in other places. But look, there's no doubt in his ability as a centre back. He's top quality. Wolves won't be resting players. They've enough days to rest the next Premier League game. Then why would we rest any? Funjong men or Funjung men. Why would we rest any? It's not just about the distance between games. It's about the amount of minutes players play in their legs throughout a season. So at some point they're going to have to get a break. And I'm not saying you're right, pal, and I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm just saying we're talking about resting players because we want players to have less minutes in their legs and because they're playing a shit ton of games. And yes, I know with the Champions League we're probably playing more, but again, we've a bigger squad than Wolves, I would imagine. So we have probably the same amount of time in between games, or roughly, I think we've 5 days between games, so that's plenty of time as well. And Dicko's team for Wolves: Mignolet, Moreno, Keanu Hoover, Lovren, Fabinho, Shaqiri, Jones, Henderson, Sturridge, Origi and Camacho. Corin McLaren said, love Bobby, great poacher, can't remember when he scored from outside the area. Can you? No, not off the top of my head, Corin, I can't. It's a good show. Can't wait until United play Spurs, then we'll know how good they are, said Odog. 7,000 please, said Tracy Hughes. 22 to go, Tracy. 22 subscribers to go. Do you think Bobby Duncan will get into the squad on Monday? No, I don't, Eganito. I think it's a little bit too soon for him. Look, he's doing amazing though. Jesus, you can't ask much more of him. What has he scored? 20 goals already in the first half of the season? He's doing amazing. So there's no doubt that Bobby Duncan has a massive future ahead of him. And it was brilliant for Liverpool to be able to get him in from City like that. And yes, he has the Steven Gerrard link. And yes, he's a red through and through. So there's so much to look forward to there with him. I just don't think I've watched him actually. I've seen him play a few games, and he does look raw. He does look too raw for the first team, in my humble opinion. Is Brewster still injured? I would say pretty much no, the Serpent Line, but it's just about getting him up to fitness now. I think he's gotten past the injury point. He's getting ready. I think probably a few weeks we're going to start seeing him in and around the first team squad. I cannot fucking wait, pal. I cannot wait to see the damage Ryan Brewster can do in the Premier League. I have such high hopes for him. I hope he play a good team and don't disrespect the FA Cup. I love the FA Cup and I've been watching it for years, but the league means more. Let's win both. Look, there's somebody made a really good point earlier on actually to me on Twitter. The FA Cup, has it lost a little bit of its allure since United kind of ditched it for the World Club Cup, if you're the World Club Championship or whatever the fuck it's called, a few years back? Do you remember when they went over to, was it Japan or China or somewhere to play in that, and they basically stuck 2 fucking fingers up to the FA Cup? I wonder, has it lost a little bit of its allure? It's the oldest club competition in the world, I believe. And it's a nice trophy to win. Of the 2 cups in England, obviously the League Cup and the FA Cup, it's certainly the more glamorous, but how much do people want to win it? I put this on Twitter earlier on. I asked people how important is it to you, and it was almost a 50-50 split. Some people really wanted it, some people didn't give a fuck. I'd love to know your thoughts on it. Anybody watch Sunderland Till I Die? I have it on my list on Netflix, mate. I'm going to get to that one really soon. Hate United, but I do hope they take points off Spurs, said James Doherty. Arctic Gaming said, howdy lads, just got on enjoying a voddy. Treat yourself, mate. Why not? Treat yourself. Stevie G to be the next Liverpool manager. It's too early to say, Chris. I don't want Jurgen Klopp going anywhere, pal, for the next fucking 5 years, hopefully. So let's wait and see how he gets on at Rangers. Perhaps maybe another job after that for a year or 2, and then maybe Liverpool, depending on how he gets on. I hope United don't get Koulibaly, because he could be the VVD for them and we still got to play them. Said, is it Seren? Excuse me if I mispronounced your name, buddy. What else have we got? If you were me, would you go to Newcastle away in April or Fulham away in Paddy's weekend in March? I have to pick one. Uh, Newcastle. I'd probably say Newcastle because I imagine that'd be a fucking belter of a game. Although we were supposed to be originally going to the Fulham away game, somebody had offered us tickets to it. We haven't heard back from them since, so we're not going to push them on it. But two good games, Martin. So I'm sure you'd enjoy both. All the little trolls are out from under the rocks after we lost our first game. I'm doing my part though. I promised you guys I wasn't going to interact with the trolls anymore, and I'm trying my best to skip over the comments. So I'm doing my part. I'd love Ericsson to be our playmaker, said Tom Jones. On Ericsson, I believe he has, again, 1.5 years left on his contract, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens there for Spurs, because if he doesn't sign, they're going to have to do some fucking replacing to replace him. Dirty Girl is in the chat. How are you? Ella Lee is in as well. Great channel, Craig. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much. Is it Ella Lee Shunna? Or maybe I've pronounced Ella Lee Unshunna. Excuse me. And thank you for the kind words. And welcome. Great to have you back in. Kevin Campbell. No, I'm not reading out that one. I'm definitely not reading out that one. What's the feeling now about Lovren after having a couple of days to reflect? I feel the exact same as I always did, Poochmount. I think Dejan Lovren is a good defender. Has he got a mistake in him? Yes, clearly. But it's been a long time since we've seen him have a bit of a capitulation like he did at Spurs last year. I don't mind Dejan Lovren. I don't think he's a first choice centre back, but I don't mind him. And the anger can't just be aimed at him. I really want Hoover to play. See him on the Klopp at Cart 6. David Douglas's Wolves team is Alisson, Hoover, Masterson, Van Dijk, Moreno, Shaqiri, Fabinho, Lallana, Firmino, Sturridge and Origi. Pal, I think that's a team as well that can go out and do a job. I'm really interested to see. I wonder how weak Klopp will go. Because there's the psychology behind losing 2 games in a row. It'll be fucking tough. And the media, as I said earlier on, they'd be all over it. And as well, it's going to be interesting to see what happens with Divock Origi, if anybody comes in from this window, or if Klopp will even entertain letting him go. Brian Morrissey said Turkish fans are fucking insane. In a good way though, mate. In a good way. Olivier Giroud said, I hate the way Manchester City operate. I hope you clinch the league title, to be honest. So do I, mate, so do I. On both senses. I mean, I've been quite honest and open about how I think the way they're going about their business is very disrespectful to all clubs in the Premier League, and I don't for the life of me understand why anybody outside of United and Everton fans doesn't want Liverpool to win the league. Why would you want a team that's clearly fucking bending the rules to go and win the league? I don't understand it. It makes no sense. A club like Liverpool, Arsenal, Spurs, even United, they're run properly. They're the types of club who are trying their best to work within the rules and work with what they have. They're the ones that should be held up and say, yes, good job. I'd love Ericsson, said Tom Jones. United fans are kissing City's ass now. How fucking cringe is that, by the way? How cringe is that? That's like us kissing Everton's ass to win the title of United. It's just wrong on so many fucking levels. It just goes to show how far they've dropped. If they fucking... I know many United fans who would never fall that low. It's fucking cheesy as fuck. We need a creative midfielder. Midfield is the heart of the area we need to improve more. We do, mate. You're right. We do need that number 10 or a wide forward. We've 21 subscribers to go, guys. 21 to go and 37 minutes. So if you're watching and you haven't subscribed, please do hit that button. Is there anything else on the list to go through? I think we've done that. For the last 20 minutes tonight, guys, we're going to do a Q&A. So if you have anything you ever wanted to ask Connor or myself, absolutely anything, please get the questions ready, and we'll start that at about 11:40 and we'll go through to midnight with that. Weren't Shaqiri's goals from outside the box against United? Was one of them just inside, or am I wrong? I thought one of them he just went inside, the one from his left foot, but again I could just be remembering that one wrong. What's this? Let's rest, get injuries, the FA Cup. We don't need it this season. The Premier League's more important. Too many years of hurt. Look, yeah, it's been a fucking long time. Far too long for a club as big as ours not to have won the Premier League or the league title. City developed Duncan well to the point that now a Brewster Duncan forward line sounds quite sexy, says Arctic Game. And yeah, it's definitely one for the future. And we're very, very lucky that we've always had some really quality kids coming through. And Duncan and Brewster are certainly two to keep an eye on. There was a giant killing in the FA Cup today. Everton beat Lincoln. Just about as well, mate. Just a fucking bout. 2-1. They binned it and went to the World Club Championships and got beat. Say Cobra. Yeah, United with the FA Cup. I was thinking, I knew I didn't remember that incorrectly. Pooch Mount said, City are a joke club. The Chelsea of the North, those owners are utter parasites. Again, we were talking about this earlier on. Connor was saying to me about Monaco and how bad a position they're in. And I was saying, like, clubs like Monaco, Malaga, Angie Makala, or if that's how you pronounce their fucking name, and a few other clubs around Europe have had the owners that have come in, pumped a shit ton of money into the clubs, got bored and fucked off and left these clubs in a terrible position. And that could happen with City. I mean, they could sit there laughing at us now and say it'll never happen. All that will take is a little bit of trouble with Abu Dhabi, a little bit of fucking PR trouble, a little bit of human rights issues, or something major to kick off, or an oil shortage or something. And then they could just pull all their fucking money out and go running back to Abu Dhabi. And then that's the end of it. City are up shit creek. And if the owners have loaned City a shit ton of money, if they call in those loans, it could be bye-bye Manchester City overnight. Now look, that's very unlikely to happen to that extent. I understand that. But, again, it could be. Remember when Liverpool built the main stand? They got a pretty much an interest-free loan off FSG for that. Now there was some interest on it because I believe when you take out a loan like that, there has to be, is it 1.5% interest or something on it to cover inflation? So we're lucky in that sense. But if FSG sold, they have to pull that money back in as well because they loaned it to the club. And I think they are allowed to loan money to the club for capital projects. So if it's to improve the training ground, if it's to improve the stadium and stuff like that, I believe our owners are allowed to subsidise the club or give them a lend of money at a very preferable interest rate. I think. Don't quote me on that though. We need to get Timo Werner for 37 million, said LFC Gamer. People just love to hate. They do. Although it's much better on here than on fucking Twitter. Some of the shit I see on there is just, I really just pop in and out of there now. Don't post too much anymore. When is Oxlade-Chamberlain coming back? February, by the looks of it. He's back training now. Again, it's just about getting up to full fitness. What happened to the lit rumours? They were never real, mate. Never real. A couple of journalists have been writing that he's going to Barcelona in a world record fee for a defender. So let's wait and see if that happens. Subi is in as well. How are you, sir? Great to have you in. Hope you're doing well. I like the older City fans, said James Doherty, not the younger ones who are very rude. Yes, there are a lot of really, really hardcore City fans who I said yesterday used to follow the club when they were in Division 1 and they used to sell out Main Road. Can't argue with that. But then there are the newer breed of City fans who, some weeks have a Chelsea flag and the other weeks they have a City flag. And look, people can laugh, but there are fucking people like that. There genuinely are. Liverpool should buy Amor and rent him. Well, I think you mean loan him. You should buy a new defensive player instead of Lovren. We're not going to get De Ligt. That's definitely not going to happen. I honestly believe he's going to Barcelona. But thank you, an Orthodox Turk. Have you seen much of that guy, mate? I can't pronounce Omar. Have you seen much of him? Is he a good player? Monaco for me have always been a selling club, said Christopher. They did go through that period, mate, though. Do you remember when they were buying in, when they had fucking Falcao and players like that? They were bringing in big money players. I think Fabregas is going to Monaco for 10 million to Recessionizer. Connor mentioned something about that to me earlier on as well, buddy, which seems strange for Chelsea at this point of the season to be letting him go. I know he's not starting for them, but still, it's tough. Favourite Tarantino film? We'll get to that one a little bit later on, but since as you put that one in, I'll answer it now. It's not technically a Tarantino film, but he did direct part of it, and it's something called Four Rooms, Byron. I think it was a Quentin Tarantino, it's about a hotel, and the bellboy goes up through different rooms in the hotel, and each room in the hotel is directed by a different director. I think Robert Rodriguez directs one room, Quentin Tarantino directs another one. I think Madonna is in it, Bruce Willis is in it. Yeah, it's really good. I don't know if you've seen it or not. It's quite old as well. I can't wait to get Joe Gomez back, said O-Dog. Brent Rumpridge. Brent Rumpridge, that's a funny name. Twitter is full of self-obsessed twats that think they know every little detail about football. Forest forever, said Matt Jameson. Mate, my missus is a Forest fan, so you're not going to get any abuse off me. If City have financial problems, we can buy De Bruyne cheap. Do you think we need to sign anybody, said Skeleton. Yes, I do. I fully agree with everybody who said we need to sign a number 10 or an attacking player. Guys, we are into the last 30 minutes of tonight's stream, and we are 18 subscribers away from 7,000. If you're watching and you haven't yet hit that subscribe button, if you've just dropped in, please do hit that button and help us get to that figure on this stream. 7,000 would be fucking awesome. What else have we got? 10 million for a player that aged with 6 months left on the contract. That's a good deal for Chelsea. Oh, I didn't realise that was how short a deal he had, Connor, on his contract. Sorry. Yeah, well then I suppose you can understand why they're bringing in 10 million, can't you, if he's only got 6 months left. Monaco collapsed because their owner got divorced. Simple as that. Took him for over 600 million. That's a lot of wage, isn't it? That's a lot of fucking money to have to hand over. Jesus Christ. No, I don't even want to say what I was going to say there, but my God, it must have been good for 600 million. City fans wave Fabregas off today, so he's off to Monaco. Or the fans, excuse me, the fans, not City fans, Craig. The fans waving Fabregas off today, he's off to Monaco. It's not always trolling, sometimes it's just banter, which is a huge part of being a football fan. And look, I appreciate banter 100%. Banter is welcome in here. All I ever ask is that people don't abuse people in the chat. Other than that, may have at it. Craig the Prick from Twitter is here. Gate the Prick Guardiola era. Where? I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, that lad. Oh, fuck him. He can fuck off. Yeah, that Guardiola era guy can definitely fuck off. If he's the same guy from Twitter, he's an absolute arsehole. Really hope we sign Werner, said Callum. Craig the Prick from Twitter. Yeah, we've already booted him out, Paul. He's gone. He is an arsehole as well on Twitter. An absolute plank. Who's the Turkish guy we're linked with? His name is... Let me just scroll back up to the top so I can try and pronounce it properly. Abdul Kadir Amor, or OMUR, however you want to pronounce his surname. 27 million is the number we're being linked with paying from. I like the video, said Fun Gaming. Thank you very much, pal. Do you really think we'll sign Timo Werner? No, mate, I don't. I don't think we're going to sign him. I hope we're going to sign him, but I don't think we're going to sign him. It makes sense though, but I just don't know. I can't let myself believe. I think that's it. He does seem like a player that we should be signing, and I know a lot of people who swear blind that we have an interest in him. Other than that, I don't know. I don't want to say yes, Tristan. I'm hopeful. What player do you think we need? Again, a number 10 or a wide forward. Fekir, Werner, in a dream world, Dybala. I'd understand Dembele, but not for the type of money that we're going to be looking at. It's fucking ridiculous money. 15 to go, guys. 15 subscribers. If you're watching, please do hit that subscribe button. Only 15 to go. Is the Turkish guy any good? Said Fahim Islam. I don't know is the honest answer, pal. I haven't seen too much of him. I had a couple of Turkish people who were kind enough to pop in and say that they'd watched him and that he was very good. A couple of people said he was a little bit raw. And there's a gentleman right underneath you now who have said played in the semi-final at under-17 cup with Turkey, and Turkey has a problem for carrying younger players into professional level. Thank you, mate. Really appreciate you taking the time to comment. I'd rather see an ambidextrous fullback come in who can play both sides. I'm with you on that one, Recessionizer. That's exactly what we need. Somebody who can cover both sides. And whether that's a younger player who Klopp can coach through, or whether that's somebody with a little bit more experience, I don't really mind. I'd always lean towards a younger player because you know there's a future there, but you're always taking a bit more of a gamble. You crack, my friend. I'm fan of Barcelona, but I'm a lover of the Premier League. Thank you, Juan Kevin. I'm a fan of Barcelona as well, mate. So we've something in common there. Hope Curtis Jones gets a chance on Monday, said Billy Maxwell. I think we'll see him, Billy. I know he wasn't in our starting 11 there, but we did have a conversation about him, and he's definitely going to be in the squad. I hope he plays as well because he's really good. It wouldn't surprise me if we ended up with Fekir by the end of this month, said Sering. Who thinks we're going to get Fekir and who thinks we're going to get Werner? Let's have a bit of a poll for a minute. So, if you think we're going to get Fekir, put in Fekir. If you think we're going to get Werner, put in Werner. And if you think we're going to get nobody, put in nobody. And we'll see how everybody's feeling. And then we will head into the Ask Anything section. The trolls are back out. There you go. Well, look, you guys have the spanner, so you know what to do. But if they're just bantering, just leave them be because, you know, banter is part of the fun. Fekir for Demelade. Nathan said Werner. Recessionizer, loads of Timo Werners, Connor included. Paul Dunning doesn't think we're getting anybody, either does Stig. Cahill said Werner. David Davies, Timo. A few nobodies. Billy said nobody. Casey Tuber said nobody. Tom Boland nobody. Tristan said Werner. Odog Werner. LFC _5 nobody. Werner for cart 6. Nobody in this window said Gokul. We might have somebody wrapped up for the summer. Fahim said Fekir. Nathan said 70-30 for Werner by the looks of it. Yeah, probably. And there's a good few nobodies in there as well, actually. That actually sounded really offensive, like I was calling people nobodies, but you know what I meant. The Anfield rap blamed their defeat on the grass. I did see that video, and you know what? People laughed at that at first to an extent. Some people, when they see that, laugh, but it is true. They're absolutely spot on. Not blaming the loss on it, but teams do that. They do that. They have longer grass to slow the ball down. Some teams don't water the pitch as much. It's actually common practice. But I'm not saying that's why we lost. I'm not at all saying that, but I'm saying that teams absolutely do use that to their advantage. Nothing, we're getting nothing, said Freed Banta. Fakir for Luke Hand. Arctic Gaming said nobody. Skeleton said nobody. Red 345 said nobody. Fun Gaming thinks we'll get the Turkish lad. Siraj thinks Fakir. Byron said Michael Edwards could sell a ketchup popsicle to a man with white gloves. That is a fucking belter, mate. I love that. Evening, gents. How are we, Kev? We'll watch the rerun tonight. Thank you very much. We're only 15 subscribers away, guys. We've got to do this on this stream. If you're watching, Connor, Space Camp, put the sentences together. You know the rest. Hit the subscribe button, guys, and get us to that 7k. 15 is nothing. We can do this. We can do this. Are you going to start doing call-ins? It's something we tried before, O-Dog. Maybe we just weren't big enough at the time and we weren't getting enough people to be willing to do it. But yes, we have the... Oh, I sound like the fucking $20 million man or whatever it's called. We have the technology to do it, buddy, so we can certainly have a go with it after matches. Mane's been spotted in Manchester United's complex. Yeah, no, he hasn't. Unless he's up there fucking showing them what a real footballer looks like. There's no way Mane's going anywhere near United. Craig, do you think Brewster would be mad if Werner came in? It's a tough one to answer because, as I said all along, for Ryan Brewster to have signed that professional contract with Liverpool, he would have had a conversation with Jurgen Klopp where they would have looked at his future and mapped out where his future would be and the pathway through for him into the first team, because he had plenty of options around Europe that wanted a signature. And he wouldn't have signed on at Liverpool if he didn't fully believe that Jurgen Klopp was going to give him a chance to play. And I think he'll get a chance as well. So it's a really good question. It's a really good question. My sensible part said it might. My sensible part of my head said yes, it might play a part. But my transfer loving frenzy part of me goes, no, sign him anyway. But like, this is why Jurgen Klopp is much more intelligent than I am, because he will have mapped out stuff like this in his head. And whatever he decides, he's fully got my trust anyway. AS Empire said Timo Werner, definitely. We're getting Mourinho, said Fun Gaming. When you say Turkish, I think you're Jason Statham in Snatch. I get you. I love that film, by the way. The Dag. The Dag. The Periwinkle Blue. Periwinkle Blue Bass. 3-4 and a call-in would be class. Easily done. As I said, we do have the technology here that we can do a call-in, no problem. And I'm not talking about one of those fucking nonsense call-ins that come in via Skype that are dodgy as fuck. I mean, we can take a proper call-in. Also, until you make your mark. So there you go. 14 to go. 14 subscribers to go. Connor, will you make 14 fucking accounts there, buddy, or something, and start hitting subscribe till we get to fucking 7k? Connor's sitting there, bag packed, passport in his hand, picture of NASA up on the fucking wall. He's even got his little fucking sandwiches made for the plane and everything. Michael Edwards is a pure Del boy, said Thomas Boland. Everyone who tweets "get Connor to space camp" will have 7 years of good luck. Can't argue with that shit. What was your first game watching Liverpool, Craig? As I said last night, buddy, it was the 2-0 loss against Arsenal when Arsenal came to Anfield and won the Premier League, the First Division back then. Yeah, tough one to watch, my first ever game, but somehow I looked at that game and I fell in love with that team and with that crowd and with that field. Yeah, it's mad, I know. A loss was a game that actually got me supporting the club. It feels good to be talking about goalkeepers mid-season, or not to be talking about goalkeepers. Yeah, it does. It does, Dimmalade, absolutely. We've got one of the best at the minute, so we're lucky. Kev's put the Instagram link in there if anybody wants to pop over. It's just past 3,000 is it subscribers or followers on Instagram? Followers, I think, isn't it? So if anyone wants to follow there, Kev has put the link in, but the username is simply just Anfield Agenda. So pop over there and follow that one as well. And I don't know, maybe if we get to 5,000, Connor will send a dick pic or something. I don't know. 12 more subscribers. 12. Fucking hell, we're nearly into single digits here. It's really weird because you guys might not be able to see this because you might be keeping an eye on the chat like I've been, but I'm going through trying to pull out my comments. But I'm having to go by people who are arguing with each other as well in the chat, and I'm trying to skip through those to get to the comments. It can be tough at times. A bid for James Rodriguez has been accepted for Arsenal. Is that true, or again is that just a guess from somebody on Twitter or from a journal? We've a £1 million transfer surplus since Michael Edwards has been in charge. It's fucking brilliant, isn't he? Absolutely brilliant. David Davies, don't you fucking do that to me, pal. Don't you dare do that, for fuck's sake. United's manager's a Liverpool fan. True story. I mean, I personally have the picture of him in the fucking Liverpool shirt. Have it on my phone, so it's definitely something he's worn. I read somewhere that Werner's preference is Bayern. I don't know if that's true or not, but we do know for certain that Bayern Munich are interested in Timo Werner. But as I said to you earlier on, if you were RB Leipzig and you were looking to sell him on, you wouldn't sell him to somebody within your own league. That just wouldn't make sense if you could push him outside and get the same, if not maybe more money from a Premier League club. I'll make 2 accounts. There you go. 8, 7. Oh shit! I haven't even looked up. 5 away. Fuck me. 5 away. 5 away. Oh, Connor, time to call the Uber to the airport. I think, mate. We're getting close. Craig, not counting the Champions League, what was your most memorable moment as a Liverpool fan? Oh Jesus, that's a belter of a question. It is that time actually. We're into the last 20 minutes now, guys. So if there's anything you ever wanted to ask me or Connor, please put it in. I like this bald guy. Thank you, B Squad. That's really kind of you, mate. I'm a pretty easygoing fella, mate. I don't mind a bit of banter. I don't mind being called a bald nonce, a Bates and look-alike, a white Malteser, whatever it is. It's all a bit of fun, buddy. But welcome. I hope you're enjoying the stream. Connor have a bottle of champagne ready, mate. Champagne. We're miserable cunts. The best we're gonna have is a bottle of fucking what's the fake champagne called? That fucking Italian nonsense stuff. Prosecco. That's probably about the best that we're gonna have because we're cheap. Christopher McVicker, sorry mate, to get back to your question. It's tough. I have a real fondness for the Stevie G FA Cup final against West Ham. That was special. The Dortmund one as well. The Dortmund game. I know it's much more recent. Oh fuck. Let me have a think, buddy, and I'll come back to that. It's a tough one. And then there's the FA Cup final against Arsenal as well, where we didn't deserve to win it and won it. I'd probably say the Stevie G FA Cup final against West Ham. That was just special. Really, really special. And we had Pepe Reina in goal, and I love Pepe Reina. Show us a picture of the... Oh, there goes my phone. Of the United manager in the shirt. Yeah, no problem. Bear with me 2 seconds. I'll find it. What have we got? 4 subscribers away. For fuck's sake, I'm almost crying here. 4 subscribers away. I'm trying to find this photo for you, and then I'll stay on an extra few minutes, by the way, because I know I'm fucking up here while I'm looking for something. So if anyone has any questions for the Q&A, please get them ready. Where's this fucking picture? Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Where is he? Where the fuck is he? Bear with me, guys. I know this is making for terrible viewing. I apologise, but bear with me 1 sec. 6999, for fuck's sake. Oh, 6999, you absolute... It's stuck, look. Fuck that. If you've seen some of the peak, there he is. There he is, for anyone who wants to know about the picture. There is United's manager in a Liverpool kit. There you go. Somebody unsubscribed, you absolute bastard. And I mean that in the most loving way. Can you guess what character was based on Craig? Answers in a self-addressed envelope. We should try for Sessegnon. I'd seen something on that actually earlier on. I'd seen somebody say earlier on that he was talking about Liverpool a little bit, and he was saying how, you know, he'd such a soft spot for Stevie G growing up and stuff like that. Yeah, so fingers crossed. I mean, I'd love Ryan Sessegnon to come in. I'd absolutely fucking love it. Baby Sham is a cheap drink, Craig. I think we've a little bit more class than that, to be fair. I'm not going to acknowledge the 7k till we get like the 710 or something, because I know there's always 4 or 5 smart arses to unfollow, so I'm not going to acknowledge it yet. There we go, back up. Good. Whoever hit them subscribe buttons to go back up, I love you. I really fucking love you. Thank you. Oh my god. Wow. What a fucking 10 months. I don't even care if it goes down a little bit now. I've seen the numbers. If you want to keep subscribing to just make sure we don't go down, then please do. But thank you so much. Thank you to each, whether you're a Liverpool fan or not, whether you've created 3 fucking accounts or not. I love you all, and so does Connor. Thank you. You're absolute fucking superstars. Really appreciate it. Makes all the hard work and the hours that we put in and all really, really worth it. Like it. Thank you so much. What's your address? Said Tom Jones, mate. It's moving from to Gorey, Wexford. I just added 4 accounts. Thank you, Michael Wicks. You're a fucking legend, mate. Thank you. Okay, Mohab. I don't even care if you're joking, mate. Just the state of your comment makes me want to boot you out. No, I want to make sure I can get with the right one. Where is this fucking... The chat's moving so quickly I can't get the fucker's comment. Yeah, there you go. Well, you're gone. You're all legends. There you go. Look, Connor said you were all legends. Thank you so much. I never even thought we'd get to 5,000 by the end of the year when we started. Connor told me that was a very optimistic target for the first year. Yeah, so now there we go. I know it'll bounce up and down and stuff, but thank you to everyone who's subscribing. Really means a lot to us. We put in a lot of hours, even behind the scenes, to keep this ticking over. And because of your help, we are where we are now, and we'll hopefully keep pushing on. And hopefully the Reds keep winning, because that'll keep helping. We'll get to meet more people. Yeah, brilliant. Thank you so much. All the joking aside, all the banter, all the jokes and all that crap aside, this means a lot to us. Thank you. I know there's a shit ton of YouTube channels out there that make Liverpool content or football content. So for you guys to even find out about us, to pop in, to drop a like or a subscribe, means the world to us. Thank you so much. Connor, mate, your flight has been delayed to Space Camp. I've just heard from NASA. Only joking. It's on track. You're good to go. But if you haven't subscribed and you were thinking to, just do, to try and keep that number ticking up a little bit more, because you know that there's going to be a few that I want to just go beep beep beep, just to see it go down a bit, and it'll probably bounce up and down a little bit, but we've seen the numbers pass by now, so thank you. A free beer for all at 10,000, says Rod, and Rod's buying as well. There you go. It's written now, Rod. You can't take it back. It's done. It's a contract. It doesn't even matter if it's a little or Aldi beer, Rod. People will be fine about it. Douglas James said I was gonna grab my missus phone, but now you got the 7-Heaven. Thank you, pal. How's Lucas? He's very good, thank you, Brandon. He's really good. I think he's asleep. He's quiet at the minute, so I think he's asleep. Fingers crossed he's asleep. You're the best, said Fun Game at 561. Thank you, mate. How's Lucas doing lately? Really good, thank you, Brandon. Anyone got any questions, by the way? It is the time of the night where we said if you any questions for me and Connor at all that you've ever wanted to ask us, work away. We'll try our best to answer them. I found you thanks to On The Bench and doing your podcast with you. Thank you, Michael. Daz is a great lad, as you know. We've lots of time for Daz. He's a great red. He's a funny fucker as well. I love Daz. Do you think we'll regret loaning Kleiny? I hope not, but it was strange, mate. I'm not gonna lie. Loaning him out, unless there's something in the works or somebody coming in, yeah, it's a tough one, isn't it? I hope we don't, but I mean, 1 or 2 injuries and we could, so I don't know. Tough. He's not asleep. There you go. My wife's already in here ruining it. He's not asleep. He's wide awake. There you go. Sabrina, I hope you at least set up 4 or 5 new accounts in there and subscribe, for fuck's sake. Congrats on 7,000. Next step, AK, said Pat. Thank you, Pat. Really appreciate that. Sabrina ruining Craig's dreams there. Yeah, fucking, she's forever. You can't get anything past her. Can't get anything past her. Even when I think I'm on here and she's not knowing what I'm saying, she's fucking got the place bugged or something. Who's the most influential player in LFC? Van Dijk, I'd say at this moment in time. Got cool probably for me, mate. Babe Station time, congrats. I love a bit of Babe Station. How are you feeling after Gerrard's slip? I'm fine about it. It happened. Didn't make me think any less of Steven Gerrard, honestly. I love the guy and he's done stuff for this football club that we can never thank him enough for. So yeah, I wasn't concerned with who made the mistake, mate. I'm just upset that the mistake happened. But at the same time, I'm somebody who's quite philosophical about looking back and stuff like this. We had amazing memories that year. We didn't do it in the end and we didn't deserve it because we didn't get there. But at times, enjoying the journey is as important as what's at the end of it. And yeah, of course, you want the fucking trophy at the end of it. But that season gave me some amazing memories, as did last season on that run in the Champions League, and as had this season so far. Fingers crossed from our point of view, we want to get to the end of this fucking season and lift something. But where's Daz? I can't tell you exactly. I mean, I've spoken to Daz a couple of times and he's okay. And that's all I can really say because it's not my place to give out anyone's personal information. And of course I respect Daz way too much to give out anything like that. So all I can say is that he's okay. I hope he's back as well. I love the guy. Other than that, I can't say anything else. Blame Connor. Always fucking blame Connor, mate. It's always Connor's fault. Craig, who do you think Liverpool will draw if they beat Bayern in the Champions League? Barcelona. Arkham, Barcelona. I was quite spot on with this round actually. I said we were going to get Bayern Munich or Borussia Dortmund. So yeah, I hope Barcelona in the next round. Then we knock Manchester City out in the semi-final and then revenge in the final against Real Madrid. No banter allowed? Absolutely banter allowed. Fucking hell yeah, banter allowed. Why? Definitely, Robert, banter allowed. We love a bit of banter. I do, anyway. Would you rather Virgil and Varane at the back but a shit attack, or Messi and Salah and a shit defence? Give me the good attack. I mean, I'm all about seeing goals, pal. Give me the attackers and fuck the defence. If I have to have one and not the other. And I know people say a good defence wins you a league, but I like fucking attack. I like seeing attack. I mean, yeah, I'd rather win 9-8 than win 1-0. What teams to play for growing up? I live near Dublin, so most like teams. I played for Bellevue and Shankill, St Joseph's Boys and Sallynoggin, and Bushy Park Rangers, mate. They're the 3 clubs I played for. What's your position on Bigfoot? Defo not real, Rod. Definitely not real. And if he is real, fuck, I don't know. Nah, he's not real. I'm not one for stuff like that. Biggest pet hates or fears? Oh, fuck. Fears, definitely heights. I'm petrified of heights, Tom. I mean, like a fucking child. Petrified of them. Nearly cry when I'm up at heights. Pet hates, noise. I fucking hate noise. I hate unnecessary noise or competing noises. I hate stupid people. And not people who aren't intelligent. Don't get me, I don't mean that. I mean people who are just lazily fucking stupid. That does my head in. Any more pet hates? People who chew too loudly. The first time I met my brother-in-law's girlfriend, it was many moons ago. He's not with her now, thankfully, because she was an asshole. But yeah, the first time I met her, she was in her apartment in Blackrock and she was chewing. And it was sitting there, and you know, it's one of these situations where you're saying nothing, but the more it's happening, you're getting fucking wound up. And inside, you're just fucking furious. And what I probably should have said is, you're chewing a little bit loud there. Could you keep it down? But what I actually said was, if you don't shut the fuck up, I'm going to stick my foot in your face. Probably not the best thing to say to somebody who you just met, and a lady as well. Wasn't one of my finest moments, I have to say. Love Four Rooms, by the way, so thank you for answering. Much love. It's a great film, Byron, mate. It's a really good film. I'm glad you've seen it. What's your view on Robbie Fowler snorting the line versus Everton? Fucking brilliant is my view. What a celebration. Yeah, I love anyone who can take the piss out of themselves, Tom. And Robbie was clearly doing that at that time. So, and Robbie's my favourite Liverpool player of all time. So nothing but love for Robbie. Cobra Brent was timed out. It wasn't by me, Robbie. I didn't see him being timed out, pal, and it wasn't by me. But if he was timed out, he should be able to come back in, and hopefully we'll give him another shot. If he was banned, then I'll look back through it, and if he shouldn't have been, of course we'll let him back in. Are you talking about on the bench, LFC? Yes, oh dog. That's when we say Daz, that's who we're talking about. That absolute superstar. Love the guy. Craig, if you move to the USA, will you still do this channel? Yes, 100%. That's part of the reason we want to move. Wherever we might move to, whether it be America or Australia, the channel will continue. And it's hoping that this channel will give me the freedom to do that as well. So yes, 100%. This is part of my life now. I couldn't imagine my life without this channel. So yeah, definitely going to happen. Brent was bantering and got timed out. Again, do let me check it. And I promise you, mate, if there was nothing bad said, he'll be put back in. How's your sex life? Said Tom Jones. How's my sex life? Bet you she's listening to that one. My sex life is wonderful, thank you. Wonderful. Being married couldn't be any more pleasurable. It's the most fantastic thing I've ever done. I love my wife. I'm a very content man. Can't answer for Connor though. An Aspie moment, Joanne, yes. But I didn't know at the time I had Asperger's. So at the time, Joanne, I just thought I was a narky fucker. But it was an absolute, looking back, it was an absolute Aspie moment. The funny thing is, Joanne, when I went to get my counselling and I was diagnosed, it was like a 10-minute job. She was like, fucking hell, it's clear to me. How is this not being picked up on? Connor, people want to know what's the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you. So there you go. And he said his sex life is better than yours. Damn right. It's better than yours. I can teach you, but I'll have to charge. Oh no, you weren't talking about his milkshake. Sorry. Any chance you could get Lucas to co-host the Late Night Agenda or a watch along? Believe it or not, we do our own little Daddy Lucas stream. We've done a couple of times. I have a few videos here that we film. But yeah, of course, Lucas loves the camera, so we'll definitely get him on at some point. The problem with Lucas is he doesn't fucking keep clothes on. He loves being nude. So getting him on here will probably get us fucking screwed over because he doesn't wear clothes very often. He's had several shots, Craig. He was trolling. If he was, I trust you guys. Absolutely trust you guys. There you go. Robert McCormick went fully fucking asshole. Look, you try and give these guys a chance. And look, as I said, I trust the mod. So again, you've got my back, guys. So thank you. 10k off to America, 20k to Liverpool, 30k back to Ireland. What a perfect ending to AA. Blame Rod, by the way, because Rod has fucked it all up. Rod has seriously got me and the missus thinking of Australia now. Seriously, after a chat with Rod the other day on the phone, everything has been screwed around because of the healthcare, and Australia looks like a much more achievable goal. American healthcare, looking into it, and I've been talking to Far Isle and other people, of course, who are over there. It just seems astronomical what we'd have to pay monthly, and I don't mean fucking a mortgage amount. That's how much I'm talking. Congratulations on 7k, thank you. But I'm looking at that fucking number on the top of the screen, and it's gone from 7,004 to 3 to 2. And look, if you're watching and you haven't subscribed, please keep going so we can get that number up to at least maybe 7,010, so I can stop looking up. Is there a watch along on Monday? Absolutely, Scotty. At 7:30, mate. We'll be starting that one. Nudie Father Jack, said Brian Morrissey. If you want more subs, do a stream in Hindi. 9 Danka. I don't think I'll be able to manage that one. Sex is only for people of breeding age. Craig has passed that. Actually, full disclosure, James, I've had this nip, so definitely no more breeding for Craig. Once we had the second child, I knew I didn't want any more. So yeah, that was taken care of. Love this club. We're a family club and a fan base, said Tristan. Thank you, mate. We are. Liverpool fans are fucking awesome. There you go. Look, 7,001 now. So there you go. 7,001. So look, guys, as I said, if you are watching and you haven't subscribed, you know what to do. Hit that button and keep that number above the fucking 7k. Connor, who's your favourite player this year? Scotty wants to know. Do you watch Father Ted? Yeah, I do. Well, I did. Darren Morgan went to my school, the secondary school that I went to. So yeah, that's kind of our school's claim to fame. American healthcare is crap. Aussie is better, said Red345. My healthcare is good in the USA because I work for the government. Funnily enough, somebody I know is in a similar position and he isn't too happy. I don't want to give out any names because it's not my place to do so, but he's not overly gone with his healthcare in a government job either. But you said yours is good, which is good to hear. Craig was castrated. Yes, there is that way of looking at it, Andros. We could go that way. I believe in life on other planets. What do you think? I can't say no, can I? Because that would just be ignorant of me to say no. So yes, if it's possible, then yes, why not? I didn't expect that, Craig. It was my decision, by the way. I knew I'm an only child, so I knew I didn't want just one child. So once we had the second child, I knew that was it. I was happy, and there was nothing in this world that was ever going to make me want a third child. So yeah, it was an easy decision for me. Would you move out of Ireland? Why would you move out of Ireland? This is the best country ever. For mental health purposes, Rian, if I'm being honest. The winters here are fucking tough for me to take, and sunshine makes me feel like a different person. Where's Cash gone? She's busy. She's really, really busy. She's gone back to study journalism as well. She's a qualified solicitor. She's going on to be a barrister. She's doing some work, I think, some intern work maybe at the Echo or somewhere as well. So she's just really, really busy, Aaron. I still keep in contact with Cash a little bit, and she's a fantastic girl. And you'll probably see her pop up again down the line at some point. Gary Kelly went to my school, said Tristan. Nice one. Craig, what's the snip? I'm interested, curious, scared. Can you tell me? I'm a young viewer. I've made it so it's that I won't have any more children, Siraj. That's probably the kindest, cleanest way I can say it, mate. You can always adopt. Yeah, could do. I'd probably rather foster though, if I'm being honest. That's more my nature, to just help people out on a shorter term that need it. Yeah, look, I think I've done really well tonight to ignore the trolls, by the way. I promised New Year's, new Craig, not as much reading out of the trolls. So there you go. I've tried my best on this stream to ignore the comments. Do you support the Irish national team as much as Liverpool? No, not by a long way. To be honest, I don't. I'll watch the games, some of the games, but no, I don't, nowhere near as much. Sabrina has 3 kids, including you, Craig. True. 4 if you include our dog, actually, Stephen. Who's probably a bigger kid than all of us combined. Our dog is a right little fucking whingy fuck. Sabrina rocks, she does. I'm in Brisbane, Australia, Craig. Move over here. Always up for a pint, mate. Come and join. Simon, mate, I'd love to. And I'm seriously considering it. After talking with Rod the other day, I'm seriously considering it. There's so many pluses that the only downside is obviously it's a fucking big move. It's a big move. Not that America isn't, but you go all the way over there, mate, it's a fucking big move and there's no coming back really. So yeah, I've got a cousin over there, but I'd probably move a different side to him. Yeah. I actually found out earlier on tonight, and I just touched on this actually, my uncle died today apparently. Sabrina said earlier on. So there you go. Yeah. Mum's brother died, so not a great day for the family, but I wasn't very close to the guy if I'm being honest, so I'd be a hypocrite to say otherwise. Scotty, talk to you soon, buddy. Do you believe in ghosts? No, I don't. I believe in energy, but not ghosts, if that makes any sense. 7001 guys, if there's 4 or 5 of you watching that haven't subscribed, please do hit that fucking button and get that number back up a little bit. Adelaide will be my choice at Stephen Richards. Well done, blame your consultant. Rod, it's always the way. I blame you, or I blame Connor, or I blame Raptor. I always have to blame somebody else, mate. Do you like Alan Partridge? Yes, absolutely. I didn't like the film, actually. I didn't like the film one bit. Sorry, I'm sound. Nobody needs to, no need for condolences or anything like that, honestly. I'd be lying if I was actually. I'd go a bit further than not close to him. I plainly just didn't fucking like him. So, there you go. Do you believe in God? No, Kyle, I don't. I'll be respectful of that because I fully respect anybody who has religious beliefs. I just personally don't. So, yeah, just again, honestly, I don't. No point me saying otherwise. They can't spell beer in Brizzy, mate. They call it XXXX. I don't drink Red 345, so I'm sound to that extent. As long as they've got Diet Chav over there, I'm good. Not to be offensive, but do you follow any religions or beliefs? No, not at all. I'm not a religious person. I believe in karma to an extent. I believe in putting positive good stuff out into the world, and I believe if you surround yourself with positive people, positive things will happen, and if you project positivity out, that's what you'll get back in. What that's called, I don't know. It's just what I believe in my experiences. I grew up in a lot of negativity, and since I've become an adult and I've changed, I've moved outside the circles I grew up in, and I've changed myself. My life's become a lot more positive, and I don't think that that's an accident. Right, a couple more questions I think, and then we'll head off. Do you think we should go for Fekir? Yes, I love him. I love him. I love Werner. Any of those guys fit our squad perfectly. But I also said I should caveat that by saying, if the manager decided not to go for him, then I back him, because they have more information than we're going to have. So whatever the decision was to pull away from the Fekir deal, I fully believe it was in the best interest of the club. I respect your decision to not believe in God. Thank you. As I said, I'm fully respectful of anybody with religious beliefs. And sometimes I wish I had religious beliefs, because it can be very beneficial to have that faith in religion, but personally I just don't. An atheist in Ireland, you should be careful. Them religious nuts are scary. To be fair, most of my family are quite religious, so I respect their beliefs as well, as much as I respect people who don't believe in religion. I just don't judge. It's I just take people as they are. If people treat me with respect, I will give it straight back to them. Whatever race, religion, sexual orientation, colour, it doesn't fucking matter. I said race and colour in the same sentence. You know what I meant. Doesn't matter. You're nice to me, I'll be nice to you. And that's pretty much, I'm that simple. The Alan Partridge audiobooks are funny. Okay. I might give them a try, thank you. I've actually never tried an audiobook. Never. It's weird. I probably should give it a bash. I like reading, don't get me wrong. I read a lot, but I've never had an audiobook or listened to an audiobook, so I probably should give it a crack. Right. Who will be better, Camacho, Jones, Hoover, Lewis or Christy Davis? I would say Hoover in that list, Tom, just because he's so highly thought of within the club already that he must be something special. Right guys, look, I'm going to call it a night there. Thank you so much to everyone that subscribed tonight. You guys are legends. Thank you so much to our original subscribers and the people who are always here. To everyone that dropped a like on the stream, thank you. If you're watching this on replay or playback later on, thank you for joining us. I really appreciate your time. If you haven't subscribed yet, there's still time to do it. Love each and every one of you. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for your time. Thank you for everything. Thank you to Connor as well for all his help, because this channel wouldn't exist without Connor and his hard work. So thank you to all our subscribers. Love your families, tell your loved ones that you love them, and up the motherfucking Reds.